We have gotten 10 gulper catfish, November 13th, 2024. Today is December 4th, so it's been 3 weeks. They have never hid for us. They swim like you see right now, all the time. Always near the surface or mid-column, never on the bottom. We lost, one by one, we lost 3 of them out of the 7. They're very, very hard to feed. I pretty much have to chase them with a piece of fish on the end of the tweezers for an hour just to feed maybe 3 to 5 of them. The rest of them still wouldn't take anything, so I have to force feed them. This is a first in my 20-year experience of dealing with any fish. Never had to force feed little fish like that. I force fed moribund fish that have not been adults, that had not been eating for a long time. But the new coming fish, that's the first. From the ones that the 3 that died, all of them had fish lice on them that came out. I mean, I didn't see them before on their body, but I saw them on their dead bodies. I kick myself for not taking a look in the gills, but now I'm pretty sure their gills are packed with fish lice. The last one had probably about a good half a dozen or more fish lice on it when it died, and I didn't see them before again, so they must have come out of the hiding out of the gills, and that's why they don't get enough oxygen. And that's why they behave the way they behave. I gave him last time, 2 days ago, I gave him giant NLS pellets powdered with praziquantel, thinking that maybe it was gill flukes. But the last catfish had so many fish lice, and they're big fish lice, not small, adults. The first one I noticed only 1 fish lice on it. The second time also I saw 1 in the droplet, as you remember from the video, from yesterday's video. But the third one, as I said, there must have been 6, 8. I mean, the babies are very small. You're not going to be able to even see them well. So if they have a bunch of babies in their gills, I would have not been able to see it well. But there is no other reason for them to be behaving so unreasonably. I mean, I know in the first video I said I thought I knew gulpers. I don't. But now things are starting to get clearer. These gulpers came with gills packed with fish lice. I did give, I treated all our tanks, including this one, with Dimilin-X 5 days ago. I gave this tank a double dose. Dimilin-X is very, very efficient, 100% efficient and very soft. Fish with no side effects. I'm sorry, medication with no side effects, pretty much. So, but the drawback is that it takes time to kill the fish lice, because it works on the youngsters. It doesn't let the fish lice are tiny crustaceans, and they need molting, and Dimilin-X does not let them molt. Ruins the molting mechanism, so they die. The young die. The adults that reach their adulthood, they don't need to molt anymore. They're gonna live out their lifespan and then die off, and no youngsters will grow to replace them. So you usually in the summertime, like when the water is 80 degrees, 85 degrees, probably takes less than a week or maybe a week. Right now we're in the winter time and the water is about mid-70s. And it'll take me probably longer. We've had a lot of experience with Dimilin-X because once in a while wildlife critters make it. They climb into our tanks or sumps and bring with them wild pathogens. I'm talking like insects or little snakes or frogs, whatnot. Some insects, larger insects, sometimes smaller reptiles. Because we're not in a hard wall building, it's a tarp covered and shade cloth covered structure. So you can see the fish lice, by the way, on one of them, the one second from the top, under the dorsal fin, that white spot. That's a fish lice, right there, right on them, right below the, underneath the dorsal fin on the back of it. That white spot, I don't know how well you can see it, but that's it. I'm sure they have a lot of them in their gills, and this is why they are that they are. They've been driving me bonkers for 3 weeks. I couldn't understand why. I mean, again, this is a first for me, so I guess now I will know better. See how they do this yawning sometimes, opening the gills real wide, because the fish lice are sucking blood and mucus off of their gills and not letting them breathe as properly. Hopefully in about a week all the fish lice will die off and these guys will go back to their normal hide and eat on their own, because there is only so many times you can force feed a fish, especially a small fish. It's a huge stress for them. So I've already force fed them, I want to say 5 times, about once in 3 to 4 days. Again, some of them ate on their own, but when I was giving them praziquantel and the pellets, I had to force feed all of them, all 8 of them. And we lost one of them afterwards from the per yesterday's video. And a whole herd of fish lice came out of its gills. Was sitting right outside the gills, and one of the adult was roaming around on the side of the dead gulper yesterday, as you saw again. Okay, so the good news is I got some clarity. I'm pretty sure this is what's happening. The bad news is that these guys need to hold on a little longer for the medication to do its thing. I wish we had still cloud. Cloud would have killed all the fish lice instantly, but they banned it in the United States, so we cannot get them anymore. Cloud was based on 3 medications, and one of them was extremely efficient, instantaneously efficient against fish lice. CLOUT used to be. Some countries still have it. I used to have it. I used to use it too, so that's how I know. And I used to have a kilo of the main ingredient that kills fish lice and many other pathogens and parasites. It was a medication for external parasites. But we don't have it anymore. Can't have it anymore either. And I mean, I could use formalin, but gulpers are very sensitive to formalin. You have to use it at 1/4 to half a dose. So I don't think I'll get a therapeutic concentration in the water enough to kill the fish lice and not affect the gulpers too badly. But that even half a dose or 1/4 of a dose will stress gulpers too. If you give them more, it'll kill them. They're gonna produce a lot of mucus and slowly die. So I don't want to do that. I'm kind of trying to take a midway with the 7 that are left. So that's my learning and my good/bad story of the day on the gulpers. 3 weeks of agony. Hopefully in one more week we'll clear it up.